Okay, now this question here asks us for a lot. It says, consider the sinusoidal function y equals 2 sine of 3x minus 5 minus 7. And we're going to determine all the rest of these. Okay, here we go. First of all, the amplitude. Well, the amplitude is related to the a value, that stretch that shows up front. And you've probably seen this enough to know that whatever that number is up front, that is the amplitude. So our amplitude here is equal to 2. Okay, the median. Well, the median is related to the d value, which tells us how this thing has been moved up or down here. But remember that the median is a line. Okay, and so to identify this, like actually what I probably should have done over here for amplitude is not put an equal sign. It's easy to get kind of lazy with it. The amplitude, maybe I put a colon there. The amplitude is 2 here. In this case, the median is actually going to be the equation of a line, y equals, and in this case it's just a very simple -7. It's the d value. But that's going to give us that horizontal line, and that's what we want. Remember that the period is related to the value of b. Period is going to equal 2 pi over the b value. Now, that's assuming that we're in radians here, but that's a pretty safe bet based on, just for example, this number right here. Notice that the c value is not a degree measure. Okay? Now, we're not really going to talk about the significance of the c value here. You should probably have talked about this in class, and you know enough to know that it moves things left or right, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. But the fact is, in this case right here, that's not a degree measure, so it's very likely that we're in radians. And so now, if I put the b value, and it's going to be 2 pi, the value of b is 3, there's my period, 2 pi over 3. Now right here, the minimum. The minimum is going to be that middle line here, which we already know, the median is going to be y equals -7, and the graph is going to fluctuate above and below that by the amplitude. So we're going to go the amplitude up and the amplitude down. So when we go the amplitude down, it's going to be -7, and then we're going to subtract the amplitude. So -7 minus 2 is going to be -9. Okay, so there's our minimum value. Along that same little bit of logic there, if I go to that median line there, that middle line at -7, and go up to, okay, well -7 plus 2 is going to be -5, so there's my maximum. Okay. The next question is the domain. Well, this is a trig function, okay? Sine and cosine, these two sinusoidal functions, they both have infinite domains, and so we would say that x is an element of the reals. Okay, it's all real values. No matter what value you pick, what real number you pick, that's going to be an okay number in this trigonometric function. And now finally the range. Well, the range is linked to the minimum and maximum values. Okay, it's the y coordinate that goes between the minimum and the maximum values, and then we simply write less than or equal to, less than or equal to. So -9 is less than or equal to y, but at the same time y is also less than or equal to -5, so it's in between those two. And that's the range. And so that's everything that we're looking for in this particular question.